Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. Today we're going to be talking about photography accessories under $50. No weird vests, silly coffee mugs, or strange on-camera flash modifiers. Who even uses on-camera flash anymore? So these are things that I have or things that I've found cheaper versions of that I think work just as well, that I think you'll really enjoy. If you have any questions, hit me up in the comments below. Be happy to answer them, and let's get into it. First up is the Peak Design Capture Clip. This little accessory you mount on your camera, works as a tripod plate as well, and it allows this to mount on your backpack strap and quickly mount your camera on there as well. It's really handy if you're hiking or adventuring or traveling with your camera and you want to keep it accessible but not have to have a strap around your neck. Speaking of straps, my next item is the Peak Design Slide Light strap. This camera strap has, well, let me get a camera to demo. This strap comes with these little end pieces that quickly attach to the anchor points that you can put on your camera. It allows you to have a camera strap, but you can quickly remove it if you don't want to use your camera strap and you just want to have the body. The next thing on my list is a wall outlet adapter. This is awesome for the photographer who likes to travel, go to different countries. It comes with all the different universal outlet applications. And I also like to pair one of these little accessories with it that you can quickly triple the amount of plugs you have. I also appreciate that there's 4 USB ports on the bottom. So I often use this when I'm traveling in the US just to be able to charge 4 USB items at the same time. Next up, packing cubes. For anyone who travels, having packing cubes, whether it's for your clothes or your camera accessories, will just keep you way more organized, and it allows you to pack more efficiently, quickly dig through your bag, find what you need. Highly recommend some packing cubes. Speaking of traveling, most people like to have a battery pack if they're traveling on a plane or even just anywhere where you're going to be out and about and you want to have plenty of battery for your camera. And in this case, I often use it for my phone. It can charge anything via USB. There's a ton of options available out there, but I'll link one below that I think is a good price and has a good amount of juice. For the photographer that shoots on a mirrorless camera, highly recommend a little dust blaster. This thing will quickly blast off the little dust particles that show up in your images if you shoot at high aperture. Super easy to clean your sensor with one of these and just get rid of that simple, easy to remove dust. Next up, when that's not enough, you want to have a cleaning kit with a little bit more aggressive cleaning methods. So for cleaning lenses, it's nice to have some solution to spray on there and wipe off with a cloth. For your sensor, it's really nice to have some sensor swabs. I highly recommend these. You can use them wet or dry if you wanted to have some solution. This really gets off those hard to remove spots, but even using them dry is a little bit more advanced than just using the air blower and keeps your sensor clean. The next item on my list is a memory card wallet. Having a place to store all your memory cards that's waterproof, dustproof, keeps them safe, just gives me the peace of mind when I'm traveling and I know I can put my cards in here, keep this on my person, and I know that they're secure. The next item is a multi-tool. This one's from Gerber, but there's also, I like having something that has a variety of tools in it, whether you're putting on tripod plates or fixing something that goes wrong. I'll link this one down below, as well as a number of like photography specific ones that are have some hex keys for attaching tripod plates and accessories. So you can get a generic one or you can get a photography specific one. Both are handy to have. The next item on the list is a shutter remote. Remote control for your shutter. So you can use it as an intervalometer to take time-lapse type photos, or you can use it just if you're putting your camera on a tripod and taking pictures of yourself, or you can use it to take long exposures. If you want to set it to bulb mode, you can lock it down for as long as you want, as long as your camera battery lasts. Having a self-timer remote is super handy. One thing to keep in mind, these are camera specific, so make sure you get the right model. I'll link the one down below that I use for my Sony a7 III, but make sure you get the right one. The next thing, a card reader. I actually have 2 of them here because you always want to have a backup of something as essential as a memory card reader. I'll link some down below that I think are good quality for a camera that uses SD cards. Make sure you get one that is compatible with the memory card that you use in your camera. If there's anything in your workflow that is mandatory to have and will bring things to a complete halt if it fails, I like to have 2 of them. So I always make sure I have 2 memory card readers when I travel. The next thing on my list, Gaff Tape. Not very exciting, but I was initially a little skeptical when I bought this because I had it recommended to me. Basically, it's tape that doesn't leave any residue on anything you attach it to. And I found it to be super handy, whether it's taping something together that broke or just labeling things. If you get black, it blends in nicely and is easy to use. But if you get a different color, you can write on it easily with a Sharpie and label things, make sure you don't lose things. Gaff Tape, super handy to have. Another little accessory, filter case. Super handy, keeps all your filters organized and keeps them from getting scratched. Highly recommend having a little filter case. I'll link this one down below. I like it because it's super compact, slides right into my camera bag, into the little cube, and keeps everything organized. It only has 4 slots. So if you've got more filters than 4, you might want to get a bigger one. They make some that fold out, but I'll link this one down below. The next thing I had written down on my list was the Photo Pills app. This app is super handy for figuring out where the sun's gonna be, where the moon's gonna be, and where the stars are gonna be at what time. So I think it's around $20. I highly recommend. It's got all kinds of tools built into it, and I will link down below. The next thing in my list, I don't actually have it with me. It's a Rode Video Micro. This little microphone really increases the quality of audio you can get, and if the person you're shopping for or you want to increase your audio performance, I highly recommend the Rode Video Micro. I have the larger version of that, the Rode Video Pro Plus. That one is a little bit bigger, a little more expensive, but the Rode Video Micro gives good audio quality, especially for the price. The next thing on my list, little portable light. This is the Lume Cube, which is a little bit out of the price range of this video, but I'll link one down below that is similar. It's really nice to have a little customizable portable light in your bag to add some interest or shoot images at night. There's a ton of uses for this. I didn't really anticipate it at first, but I really have come to enjoy having this little light in my bag. The next thing on my list is a waterproof style camera case. I'll link one down below. This is a Pelican, but there's some cheaper versions that I think could probably be just as effective. Super nice to have, especially if you take your camera on a boat, in like a dusty Jeep, or anywhere that you want to keep it protected from dirt, rain, water. This one's like fully submersible, keeps it protected from almost everything you could think of. And this has been really handy to have over the years. All right, we're getting down towards the end of the list. I got 3 more things. A notebook. I really like having something you can put pen to paper. It's really nice, especially if you're traveling. Obviously, this one's really well worn. And we actually make some custom notebooks, so I will link those down below if you want to get one like this. But there's a ton of options available. I really like it just to have something that doesn't require a battery, always available, and just to really get your ideas down quickly. The second to last thing is some online education. Maybe you're shopping for yourself, maybe you're shopping for somebody else, but getting some online education is great. You can invest some time into YouTube, but oftentimes you're getting a ton of watch time with less knowledge. So if you invest in something like Creative Live or Skillshare, you're really gonna get a little bit more focused content, and it's gonna be a little more consolidated and educational. So I'll link some options down below, and hopefully you find something useful. The last thing on my list is books. Old fashioned, I know, but books, super nice to have. I've learned a ton from them. I will link some of my favorites down below. There's a super long list, so if there's anything specific that you want to learn, hit me up in the comments and let me know. Might have a book recommendation for you, but some of my favorites I will link down below. That about wraps it up for my gift guide under $50. Hope you found something for either yourself or whoever you're shopping for. I appreciate you being here, watching, and hit me up in the comments if you have any questions. Thanks so much.